All right, everyone. Welcome to today's charting session. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we typically look at either yung mga trending names, and by that, I mean yung mga pangalan na maaaring malaki yung ginalaw, whether to the upside or to the downside, or perhaps malaki yung value traded, or generally speaking, mas minamatahan lang po ng mga tao. Also, tumatanggap din po tayo ng mga chart requests. So kung meron po kayong mga requests, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. So let's start off with Puregold, no? We broke out of this resistance na nag-form dito nung bumaba yung price here. We broke out of itong 34.05. Okay? Nung nag-breakout dyan, I was already starting to watch it, looking to see if makakakuha ba tayo ng pullbacks back here after natin i-try i-breach tong level of previous support turned resistance na area. Okay? Now, before you go thinking na, bakit ganon? Bakit mo titignan yung move na yan? Let's look at the bigger picture muna. Overall, we are ranging ng ganito, di ba? Ito yung low end ng leg, ito yung high end. So we eventually just pulled back pabalik dito sa low end ng range. Since ang laki ng range natin, I was looking for ways to potentially trade the segment just because hindi gaano quote-unquote marumi yung chart ng Puregold. Yes, may chop. Yes, may areas na talagang medyo matindi yung pagka-sideways. But compared sa iba na parang lahat na lang ng areas were chop, ito mas hindi. Okay? Now, let me zoom in a bit para makita daw ng lahat, no? So people can see what I'm talking about. We broke above itong 34.05, came back and broke above itong previous area of support, now turned area of resistance. And now we're trading within this previous range here, roughly around 35.3 papuntang 36.75. If sabihin natin from here, nag-pull back tayo, binalikan natin to. Kung naaalala nyo yung converge, medyo ganito rin yung itsura. Albeit iba yung overall look nung bigger picture niya, di ba? Pero ito, yung pagka-set up, quote-unquote, medyo similar. We broke above here. If we can pull back and come back here and magbigay ng bullish price action and we start printing higher from there, then mapapaisip ka kahit papano, is this the low? Tapos nagpo-form tayo ng high, potential higher low ba to? And then we push higher from there? 'Di ba? Mapapaisip ka, pwede bang maging parang inverted head and shoulders na medyo malaki to? Okay? So, kung ganon yung maging scenario, then I'll be watching out for what happens dito sa Puregold. However, let's say na hindi ganon yung mangyari. Let's say na instead na mag-pullback lang dito, we break back all the way. Basagin natin tong 34.05. Then, I would be a lot less interested na, lalo na kung after basagin, we test it from underneath, it holds. Because from there, we might roll over and come back and tag itong level of support below. Okay? Now, the other scenario is, kunyari, from here, we could always just consolidate muna sa area na to. And then, kung mabasag tong 36.75, then yung next target natin or resistance will be around 38 to 38.5, followed by 40 pesos. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, dapat bang humabol ako dito? Sabi mo, parang gumaganda itsura ng chart eh. Paano kung hindi siya mag-pullback? Kung hindi siya mag-pullback, for me, hindi ganon ka-enticing yung prospect, no? Simply because we are so close to the next level of resistance, pero we're so far away to where we could place our stop. As I mentioned before, I really don't like placing yung mga arbitrary stops, yung mga random 5%, 7%, 8%, whatever, no? Kasi we spend so much time studying structures, pagkarating sa stop gagawin nating arbitrary, parang it takes away from all the effort that we put in. So from here, saan ko pwede ilagay yung stop? The earliest na willing ako ilagay yung stop would be beneath this candle here. So around mga 32.5, mga ganon, 32.6 more or less. So ang layo nung stop loss ko sa next potential level of resistance. Even if I consider na pwede niyang abutin tong 38.5, the risk-reward proposition still won't be that good. 'Di ba? So I would rather wait for price to pull back a bit tapos mag-form or mag-develop ng bagong structure before I decide on what I want to do dito sa Puregold, assuming, 'di ba, na yung type of structure na mag-form is something that I want to even trade. Next, pag-usapan po natin yung HTI, no? Now, HTI, nag-form tayo ng range dito before, no? Tinitingnan natin siya sa hourly chart. I won't be zooming in even more because it's important to study the bigger structure dito sa HTI. We were ranging here, we broke down here, came back, retook tong range na to, and then eventually we broke out of it. Now, to some of you, you can consider this na parang very, very odd shape na inverted head and shoulders pattern, no? Parang medyo malapad yung left shoulder, head, tapos makitid na right shoulder, then we broke out. Okay? From there, personally, hindi pa ako super excited nung unang nangyari to. I was thinking na, yes, it could come back and tag tong 1.12 na resistance, but I wasn't all that convinced simply because yun nga, may naiwan tayo na gap dito, and I just felt like there were a lot of things that didn't align well. Kumbaga, hindi siya perfect. Okay? But it proved me wrong. Broke out. Didn't even retest yung level natin, though it tried to come back to 1.01. It just didn't. Tapos we pushed higher, tagged tong 1.12, broke above again, came back ulit dito sa next level of resistance natin at 1.2, overshot it by a little bit, hindi nag-hold, nag-break beneath nung 1.2, and now it's coming back to test it from underneath. So the question here is, mababasag ba natin to the upside? If it comes back, tapos mauntog tayo sa 1.2, maaaring nag-form na tayo ng parang head and shoulders pattern dito. Tapos if it rolls over, baka mangyari, mabasag ulit tong 1.12 and then balikan natin tong 1.01 that price never came back and retested from before. Is 1.01 still a valid level kung bumalik dyan yung price? I don't know. It depends kung ano itsura ng structure, assuming bumalik nga siya dyan. If that happens, pag-uusapan natin to ulit. Okay? Now, what if basagin niya altogether tong 1.2 and takes out yung highs dito sa 1.3? If HTI does that, then hindi ako magugulat kung balikan natin yung next level of resistance natin at 1.32. Bakit 1.32? Because I wanted to identify yung pinaka-significant na inflection point. And dito nagkaroon tayo ng support, resistance, resistance, no? So, dyan yung next na tinitignan ko na resistance level niya na if mabasag natin tong 1.32, 1.45 yung next na mas significant, although it's important to be aware na meron pa tayong minor highs na natira dito around 1.37. Now, babalik na naman tayo sa issue na kung kunwari wala ka pang hawak, wise ba na humabol? Depende na po yan kung paano kayo mag-trade. Ako personally, I don't like stopping out sa ganitong alanganin. So, if it pulls back dito, then I would be on the lookout kung ano yung gusto kong gawin, ano yung mga pwede, and so on. Pero kung kunwari, ganito lang, very short conso, tapos bitin na breakout, baka hindi ko na siya pansinin, I might just let it go. Okay? Kasi I don't feel like the way I personally trade provides me with an edge sa ganitong type of market, no? But sabihin natin, malakas yung breakout to the upside, then I might have to reconsider and watch out for pullbacks in the future kung mangyari man yun. For now, personally, I'm still on the fence. Yes, I wasn't able to participate. Yes, it went against my personal expectations. Diba? So, I'm very happy sa lahat ng may hawak, no? Syempre, sabi ko naman dito, ang goal natin is suportahan ng isa't isa, hindi manghatak ng ibang tao pababa, diba? So, if nakasakay po kayo, congratulations. Just be sure to trail your stops accordingly para kung mangyari man po ang ayaw nating mangyari, ay hindi po natin maibabalik sa merkado ang karamihan ng kinita natin. Next, pag-usapan po natin yung green, no? So, overall, again, bigger picture, it's still in a downtrend. Kung susundan natin ito pababa, it's still in a downtrend. However, as I mentioned before, diba, nagkaroon tayo ng parang multiple drives that tried to push lower pero ayaw. Diba, may lumalaban. Nagkakaroon tayo ng wick, nagkakaroon ng buyers. Okay, after nung mga multiple times na nangyari yon, We came back and now we're consolidating slightly beneath yung area of previous resistance, which is at 1.9. So what I'm watching out for here, number one, is baka mag-consolidate pa tong ganyan, tas sabay niyang breakoutan yung trend line. I realize pangit yung drawing ko ng trend line ha. Maaaring mas malapit, hindi ko lang na ginawa. Maaaring i-break niya tong trend line kasabay nitong pag-break ng 1.9, and if so, hindi ako magugulat if we find our way up to 2.13 from there. Yes, malamang magkakaroon ng some type of resistance around 2 pesos if only because a lot of people put significance sa mga quote-unquote psychological numbers. But for me, from a purely technical standpoint, ang next level of resistance will be around 2.13. And if mabasag natin yung 2.13, 2.32 yung next level na tinitignan natin. However, let's say na umangat to rito, mauntog, mag-pullback, hindi pa rin ako magiging sobrang bearish. Pero kung dumiretso, nauntog, nag-pullback, and basagin tong low na to at 1.72. Basagin, test from underneath, hold, roll over. Kung ganon, for me, invalidated na yung tinitignan natin na potential bullishness from all the buyers stepping in dito. Baka ang mangyari next is balikan na natin yung support natin at 1.5, and then from there, we'll need to reassess tong green once again. But again, if kung mabasag natin to, 1.9 na area, malamang kasabay pa nung pag-breakout sa trend line, then there might be something there dito sa green, and it's something that we're gonna discuss more moving forward if and when that happens. Next, silipin po natin tong RLC, no? Now, I've heard a lot of varying opinions and analysis online. Nakikita ko sa mga investa, sa iba-ibang forums, sa mga Discord groups, and so on. Some people would say na isang malaking parang bowl to, and I can't blame them, no? It does kind of look like that. Some people will say na we broken out within this range here. Diba? Nagkaroon tayo ng malaking range and we're trying to break above it, and we're trying to hold above tong 20.2, albeit parang up down pa, no? So wala pang kasiguraduhan na talagang we're gonna hold above it. I'm personally one of those people who view this as a wider range. Some people can say na parang cup and handle and so on. Parang ito yung cup mo, ito yung handle. So again, a lot of varying opinions. However, the one consistent thing amongst all of those is important that we start holding above tong 20. If we can start holding above tong 20 firmly moving forward, then the next level of resistance will be itong 21.2. Bakit 21.2? Kasi siya yung inflection point natin that acted as resistance here, support here, resistance here, and so on. What I don't want to see moving forward dito sa RLC is if price breaks down once again, breaks beneath tong 19.68, tests it, holds, rolls over. Pag ganon, one of two things. Number one, magmumukha siyang parang head and shoulders pattern, no? Number two, babalik na naman tayo sa previous range na to, sa previous segment ng malaking range na to. So pag ganon, I would be a lot less interested in trying to trade itong RLC. Now, kung mabasag natin yung 21.2 and assuming sumabay yung pagganda ng index, then hindi nakakagulat kung from there balikan natin yung next level of resistance at 23.25. Okay? Kung may hawak kayo nito, let's say isa kayo sa mga nag-analyze ng rounded bottom or bowl or whatever shape or yung range and everything, just be sure lang na you're aware where you need to stop out. Kung sakali mang mali kayo doon sa trade, huwag nyong ipilit just because index stock, no? Kasi maaaring yes, index nga tong RLC, pero kung pumangit yung PSE, index or no index, damay din to. Okay? So, konting ingat lang, huwag po natin ipilit yung views natin. Kailangan sumusunod pa rin tayo sa overall market sentiment. Okay, does it look bullish right now? Yes, for me it looks bullish, no? I think it should start pushing higher. I didn't like it when today nag-close tayo right on this high. 'Di ba? Nag-close tayo at 20.5, no? I was honestly thinking na baka mag-close tayo closer to 21 na kasi na-breakoutan na siya during the course of the day. The fact that it closed right on it, I'm not thrilled about kasi maaaring bukas mag-push down na naman eh. Gusto nga natin mag-hold na tayo firmly above 20.2. So hopefully moving forward, yun na yung makita natin dito sa RLC. Sana mag-hold na siya and Kung mag-hold nga, then some pullbacks could be bought, again, depending on whatever system that you choose to use. Basta konting ingat lang, sunod lang po sa disiplina nyo, huwag ipilit at huwag magmadali. Finally, let's take a quick look at AllDay, no? Now, itong AllDay, we already discussed this just a couple of days ago. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below because a lot of what I'm gonna say will be connected sa kung ano yung sinabi ko sa video na yon. Okay, first and foremost, sabi natin noon that price was trading right beneath or right on etong white zone natin, and so far di pa nababasag until today. Today we finally broke above tong white zone. We gapped up, no? We gapped up. So nag-open tayo at 49.5. Tapos nag-close tayo 49.5 din. Okay, we almost reached yung next level of resistance at 52 pero nabitin tayo ng konti. 51 lang yung pinakamataas na naabot natin. So, one tick less than yung next level of resistance. Kung from purely a one candle standpoint, I am not happy na ganito yung itsura ng candle. Okay? If you can see, parang shooting star siya, doji, whatever you wanna call it. Basta yung kwento niya, yung context is parang we came up and tested tong previous area of consolidation. And so far, what happened was when we got there, yung mga naipit from before dito, nagsimulang magbenta, kaya naging ganito yung itsura. Okay? What I don't want to see from here is for price to come back down, break beneath tong white zone, tas test it from underneath, mag-hold, roll over. Pagka ganon, I think at bare minimum, babalikan natin yung low dito at 43.5. At kung mabasag yung 43.5, perhaps even all the way back down to 405, no? Pero kung mag-hold, let's say mag-hold tong white zone na to, then baka mangyari is yung nangyari dito before. Mag-trade muna tayo between 49, 49.5 papuntang 52 na area. And if we can break and reclaim 52, 56 yung next level of resistance natin. Okay? Pag mabasag yung 56, then may chance na mabalikan natin yung 66. Now, before you get all too excited and say na, oh, yun naman pala, to the moon na and everything, you need to temper your expectations lang because at the end of the day, we're still below IPO price. Lahat ng naipit dito from before are gonna try to get out. So for me, yes, it's looking more bullish in the sense na nag-form tayo ng inverted head and shoulders dito. We broke above it, but we need to be wary sa mga ganitong areas kasi there's always the possibility na if price does push up there, baka mabentahan tayo agad because we know that people are there. They're waiting for the opportunity na magbenta para makalabas ng buhay. Okay? So, I am not saying na hindi to aangat. Okay? Far from it. Hindi ko naman alam ano gagawin ng market eh. I'm just saying na if you are bullish AllDay, may hawak kayo and everything, okay? That's good for you. It's still looking bullish. I wouldn't take into account one candle and negate the bullishness of the entire chart, no? A lot of people have this tendency na makakita lang ng isang shooting star, akala mo sasabog na yung mundo. Okay? That's not exact. Kumbaga, one candlestick does not negate structure. Okay? Structurally, yes, we're a bit more bullish than before, but again, we need to remind ourselves na we're coming up into the areas na maraming naipit from before and hindi nakakagulat na kung maabot man natin yung mga levels na yon na baka marami ang magsusubok na lumabas ng buhay. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!